Well, folks, when the peas dry up, garden season is traditionally over. See, I didn't even pick all them all. I didn't even pick them all. These things are sitting here. I'm just gonna let them all dry on the vine, and then I'll get what's left maybe. I'll just let them fall to the ground and come up and over winter. Anyway, yeah, the beds are being top dressed, and I'll put some of these leaves that are falling. I'm gonna put these leaves on the very top after you get a lot of shavings in these beds. And this is what happens to shavings. Some of the grains sprout, and that's what you get right there. See the grains in the shavings sprout. The chickens drop in there and they don't eat. Yeah. So anyway, say hello to Hootie. So we're closing up. I mean, look, we are leaf covered. We are leaf covered here. The flowers are gone. I didn't even collect flower seeds. I have so many left from last year. See? Flower seeds. It's all dried up now. So here we go with the quiet time. Okay, folks, I want to do a really quick video here. I have done videos, but I haven't really talked to you about the health journey I've been on lately. I'll do that in just a minute. First things first, the Omega Rocks. Nathaniel has worn out his welcome, and Angus is an angel. That's all I can say. Well, I could say more, but this Nathaniel stalks me. He kind of walks sideways at me and picks up things on the ground and pretends to, and kind of sidling up, get closer and closer, trying to wait for his moment to do whatever the heck he's thinking about doing. And he was doing that this morning, and I was going to let them out of the pen into the free range area. And you know, Angus didn't really want to go out. I was like, you seem a little bit nervous about going out there. It was kind of dark, not dark, but it was very cloudy and overcast, and it just felt weird. And Angus was very cautious. Well, Nathaniel and the girls, they went out, and I went to the gate, and my husband was sitting in the hammock, which is, you know, from the gate, he can't see me unless he backs up or goes forward on the hammock. The oak tree was in the way, and so he couldn't see what was going on. And Nathaniel walked out the gate, and I was standing just inside the gate a couple of paces, and he was doing the same thing. I said, oh, he's doing a stalker thing. I was calling to my husband, doing a stalker thing. And I need to do something else. So, keeping my eye on Nathaniel, mind you, I didn't let my eye off him. I turned away from him, and he came at me. And I turned back so fast, he realized he was caught. This is like a split 2 seconds. He realized he was caught, and he slid like a baseball player into home plate. He literally slid, trying to stop himself. He had too much forward motion, and he came to within this close of hitting my leg. And I'm like, you've done it now. You don't know it, but you've done it now. Well, he went on outside the gate, properly ashamed. Well, there's no shame to a rooster generally, but he went outside the gate, and Angus finally came out with him and the girls. And now I'm to an angle where my husband can, from the hammock inside the pen, he can see me out there. And I said, look out here and look at this. Look at the thing. This is what he does. He's stalking me again. This is what he does every time I'm out here. He follows me everywhere, literally everywhere. And he's doing this thing. He's sidling up to me. And out of the blue comes Angus. Angus comes. He sees what's going on. He just saunters over there. He walks right between me and Nathaniel, and he kind of veers around him and pushes him away from me. That was of his own volition. He did that several times this morning. And one time I was sitting inside in a chair inside the pen, and Nathaniel's doing this thing around my feet. He's walking around doing that. I'm thinking, you're gonna attack me in the chair? That's low. But he's doing that, and Angus was over to the left of me, kind of in my peripheral vision. I said, Angus, look at what he's doing. I pointed to Nathaniel and said, he's bothering me. Get him, Angus. On command, Angus comes over there, and he herds Nathaniel away from me. And I said, did you see that? It's like, I got a witness now. He does that all the time. And sometimes he does it when I tell him to. So Nathaniel has earned his ticket out of here. And the thing is, I mean, I guess maybe somebody will want a rooster with a shoe fetish. My husband keeps wanting to make excuses for him. I'm like, no. In 20-something years, have we ever had a rooster that did that? Until this group, have we ever had a rooster that had a thing about my shoes to attack me? Because of shoes? I said, it's not the shoes. That's just the thing, that's the most vulnerable part, and the furthest away from my hands that he can get is my feet. And that's what he's doing. And I said, I am tired of this. This whole game is over. So that Nathaniel will be leaving here. One way or another, he's going to be leaving here. So unfortunately. But, I still have Angus, and I've got 3 girls, and, unless something happens to Angus, that's all I really need. For now. I did find out, I asked my feed store manager, the co-op manager, April, I said, do you still get chicks? Because 5.5 years ago, I thought she wasn't getting chicks anymore. And she said, yeah, I'm going to get them in spring. And I said, do you have them vaccinated? At first I said, where did you get them? Where did they come from? She said, well, they come from Mount Healthy, and some of them come from Cackle, which is where I got my Easter eggers and my Bantam Cochins. I wouldn't want those anymore from Cackle, but, and so she said that, and I said, well, do you have them Merrick's vaxxed? Can you get them? She goes, oh no, they come just plain as hatched. I went, thank goodness, I may get me some sexed pullet layers to add to Angus's group. We'll see about that. I don't know. So that's it. Okay, my health journey. All right. I had to go see a pulmonologist. Supposedly, that's what I was referred to. The allergy clinic wanted me to see this pulmonologist. So I did that. I had this breathing pulmonary function test, and they said, well, it came out pretty good. And when you got the inhaled, they gave me the liquid to inhale constantly. Of course, I started coughing after I did that. And they said after that, taking the test over, your breathing improved by 21%. So he said, then that's good. So he didn't see anything in the pulmonary part, the lungs and all that. And I said, I didn't think that you would find anything there, because it seems like it's up here, it's not down here. And so, and I've had several tests, all these different tests. And so he gave me a prescription for an inhaler, albuterol inhaler, but I cannot take that yet because I have to wait and have no allergy medications in the week prior to having myself further allergy tested next week, next Thursday. My 60th birthday is going to be Tuesday, and then next Thursday is, I have to do the allergy testing. As soon as I get that done, I can use the inhaler. He also gave me something else, which I don't want to take. I've taken it, and I'll take it for a brief period. He said, well, coughing can be caused by acid reflux. I said, I don't have any heartburn. I haven't had heartburn. Since I quit eating carbs, I haven't had heartburn. He goes, well, that's not, he said, you could have it and not even know it. I'm like, how do I have acid reflux and not ever feel it or ever know it? Because I know what it feels like, because I used to have it really bad when I was drinking a lot of carbonated drinks and whatnot. And he said, no, well, anyway, he wanted to give me omeprazole. Prilosec, OTC, omeprazole, that kind of stuff. It's an acid reducer. And I thought, he gave me this, and I don't think I want to take this, because I remember something bad about taking that on long term. And there is something bad about taking it long term. And I'm gonna quit it. And I'll tell you why as soon as I change my battery. Hang on. Oh, it's the battery thing. I'll get that away. Okay. Omeprazole. I don't want to, I'm taking it right now to see if this mystery acid reflux that I may have could be causing my constant coughing, my irritation in my throat and up high. Well, the reason you don't want to take omeprazole and things like that, the acid reducers, long term, one reason is it can cause you to go into osteoporosis, to have bone breakage. I already am diagnosed with osteoporosis, even though I've had broken leg and a broken ankle, and I healed up just like that. I healed up beautifully, even for my age, okay? Surgeon said so. My poor surgeon, who I thought was brilliant and who has actually passed away. That's 2 doctors I've lost now. My general physician and my surgeon. Is it me? I don't know. So my bones heal very well. I don't know how in the world I have osteoporosis. I think a little bit of that bone density loss is normal as you get older, generally. But you can slow it down or stop it by eating, you know, the nutrient dense, full amino acid, full every, you know, meat, meat and animal fat, and shunning carbohydrates. Well, of course, I've been doing that for 6 years. But omeprazole can actually cause bone breakage over time, not within a week or two, like I'm going to try it, but over time it can stop, it can cause bones to be weaker and break. And in addition to that, here's the one I really don't want to have anything to do with: dementia. It can cause dementia. If you want to work up on that, look up omeprazole and look it up for Dr. Ken Berry, MD, and he has several videos on why you shouldn't be taking acid reducers and how to fix the problem. Well, I don't have any acid. I don't feel any acid. I don't feel any acid reflux. I don't feel any heartburn, and I know what it feels like. I used to have it bad. So there's 2 reasons I don't want to take that. So I'm going to do it short term and see if that actually. So far, I've taken it for a week and I don't see a difference. So I don't think it's that. The extended allergy testing hopefully will tell me something, because I'm getting sick and tired of this. So there's that health thing. That's the progress on that, if you can call it progress. I don't know. Also, I've already started writing my new book. I wasn't going to. I was outlining a lot, and I did outline some of it, casual outline, just a general thing. This is who these people are. This is what's happening. This is where we're starting. This is why she's like this. This is why this person was like this. Anyway, I started writing it already, and I'm still in the first chapter. Okay, I've got about half the first chapter written, I think. But I mentioned before having beta readers. A beta reader is just somebody who reads well, likes to read, and can tell you, give their impression about, is your story cohesive? Does it make sense when it's told? Is any part confusing to them? Just the general commentary on your work, not necessarily grammar and things, unless the grammar is what's interfering with the understanding of a passage. Because they're not proofreaders. They're not proofreaders at all. They're not editors. They're just to give you the general. They're going to read part of your story, however much you want to send to them. I could send a third of the book. I could send 3 chapters at a time, something like that. And you send that per file, and your beta reader reads it, and hopefully will give you the feedback you're sending it to them for. So I think at this one I'm going to have a couple of beta readers at least, and I don't want to have people I've never heard of at all. There are groups that you can join where you can search out beta readers, because that's what they do. They love to do that, because these people just love to read, and they'll read cereal boxes like I used to do. But I think I'm going to go the beta reader beta reader route this time with this book. This is too late for Irises in September, because I've already uploaded that. I'm just waiting for the time, let the changes take place, and let me get the proof copy ordered and get the proof copy, and then it's too far in the process for a beta reader, in my opinion. So I just never really understand how that worked. I never heard of beta readers. There are beta readers. There are critique partners. Critique partners, you would probably want to be an author themselves, or have written, be good at writing themselves. I don't really know, but the first step is a beta reader. Just is a representation of the general public, and I might, some of the people on the subscribers on this channel may be interested in that. I can think of 2 or 3 off the top of my head that I think I would trust their opinion of the story. As far as I know, they seem like they're well written. They read books, and we'll see. So I'm going to be looking for beta readers. It's way too early for that right now. However, I'm going to be looking ahead to that. So I'm really enjoying. I can't believe I'm writing another book. I can't even believe that. It's crazy. That's just crazy to me. I thought maybe I should get one of those T-shirts, the sweatshirts that says "Published Author," or "I'm in my author era," this, or something like that. So yeah, this is a stress reliever. My son's he's well into his book. He's I don't know 70,000 words or something. Mine quit before that point. My Iris is in September. It's only a novel, but it quit before that point. And he's really into that. And he said it's so stress relieving. And he was saying I can't. He was telling me one day he's like, I got a candle burning, and the rain is pouring outside, and I'm just typing away. And he said it's just so, because his job is so stressful. So stressful. And he's going to write anyway. So that's all. I'm going to have to go. I'm going to watch a show with my husband. We're watching a series called The Last Frontier. It's about a federal investigator in Alaska, and I don't know, it's pretty good so far. Anyway, I think I'm probably near the end of the season though, first season. It is in progress right now, The Last Frontier. And the theme music for the show is Classical Gas. Do you remember that instrumental, Classical Gas? Oh my God, I love that. That is so awesome. I love that. If you've never heard Classical Gas, listen to Glenn Campbell play it. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. They don't do instrumental stuff anymore. That was just cool, So I'll let you go. Have a great day. It's like spring right now, but it's going back to below freezing tonight. Yay. Talk at you later. Bye.